Checking 1 2 3. Checking 1 2 3. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video on the channel. And today we're reacting to the best of anime 2023. Now, this came up on my suggestions page, and I thought it'd be cool to check out. So, you already know. I know it's been like a while since 2023, but you know, me personally, for me, it was JJK.
Well, it's that time again. Another year has passed us by, and with it has gone another year of anime.
Yay!
We got good shows,
it was actually a really good
shows,
year.
but the real question is, what are the moments that are going to be remembered?
So many people. You had JJK, Attack on Titan, Blue Lock. Wait, didn't Blue Lock? We just stopped talking. Run it. Run it, bro.
2023 was a year dominated by absolute heavyweight shows.
JJK carried. Okay, no more pausing, no more pausing, no more pausing.
Inescapable, whether you're a fan or not. Successful live-action adaptations, legendary series coming to an end.
Yeah, let's just skip past that.
So many memes.
No, sir.
The influence of a handful of shows have truly seeped into mainstream pop culture and only continues to grow from there. But there were still some other things happening around our little sphere. Anime fans continue to find any opportunity to complain about CG. This time, even Demon Slayer was catching strays, with viewers complaining about.
Time out, bro. Demon Slayer, I know that was probably like the least favorite season of mine on Demon Slayer, but it was still good. It was still good.
Looked like an absolute joke. How dare any animation studio consider this acceptable quality? They cried. Meanwhile,
it's not bad. It just looked weird. What is that?
Is what CGI looks like. Togashi drew 2 lines and got 44 million views, 400k likes, and 100,000 retweets.
I wish I could do
I'm
that.
out here drawing at least 8 lines, and I'm still waiting for Shonen Jump to hit me up with that manga deal. One Piece defied all odds by giving us a live-action adaptation.
No,
that didn't
stop
suck,
it,
while
stop
the
it.
Jujutsu Kaisen fanbase came together to collectively say, nah.
I win. I win.
When they enter a contest of who can more effectively spoil their fucking series. But they would probably win against this random dude from Mashal. And Rhodes Emus! I mean, look at him. He lasted like 2 seconds. Who the hell would play a character like that? Probably some dumbass hack. For real though, it's been 10 years now since I've been doing these yearly anime recaps. I have gone through a bloody decade of anime, and a lot has changed during that time. I can only imagine the wild things that were happening in 2013 back then. Hayao Miyazaki.
I'm not gonna lie. Since like 2023, I have not been watching that much anime. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been watching Solo Leveling, finishing JJK, and I've kind of got into Yu Yu Hakusho, and that's about it. That's about it.
He finishes his latest feature film, The Wind Rises, just before announcing his retirement from filmmaking at the ripe young age of about 197 years old.
Dang.
So that was a fucking lie. There are a lot of shows that didn't make my list this year.
Bleach?
Not because they weren't good, but because I didn't have much to say about them other than it was good. Hell's Paradise was fun. So was Mashal. So was Undead Unlocked. One day I'm sure the West will appreciate Fumo Musume as much as Asia does. Today is not that day. Mushoku Tensei continued my favorite isekai story of all time by having its main character go, I cannot get it up. People have been trashing Rudy.
I remember that scene. Oh my god, I remember that scene. Don't even bring me back,
I think he's proved he's a real gentleman by showing that he never, ever raises his sword at a girl. Alright, let's get to my favorite shows of the year. But before we do, a quick word from my sponsor, Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club delivering a box of awesome top-shelf good from under the... The zombie genre is probably one of the most saturated and overdone genres you can find in any entertainment media. Are you really talking about that anime, bro? About basically just like a... Yet somehow in 2023, we still got an entirely fresh and original take on it.
I remember this. I've watched 3 episodes of this and I got bored. The first episode was absolute fiction. Other than that, though, but it was garbage. 100
tells the sad story of Mappa employees. Overworked and undervalued by the company overlords that run their lives, it takes an entire zombie apocalypse for Akira Tender to start living the life he should have. This show felt like a personal call-out for anyone who's ever worked a dead-end job in their lives and has daydreamed of something. Anything happening to take... Call out for anyone who's ever worked a dead-end job in their lives and has daydreamed of something.
Mappa workers when they announced that JJK season 3 was a go.
Anything happening to take away their responsibility out of their hands, even if the thing is the end of the world. Akira personifies that feeling of pure freedom we all secretly wish we had. That feeling that breaks the shackle of responsibility of having to go to work, of having to wake up for school the next day. Eren Yeager looks at him and goes, fuck that guy, which is embodied in one of the most impressive opening episodes all year, where you could feel that every single person working on it channeled their passionate hatred of all the previous employers that had ever wronged them. Unfortunately, it felt like a lot of the hype got taken away, largely due to episode releases being plagued with constant delays because of time slots and supposed production issues.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Even though the show lost some steam as it went on and was tonally a bit all over the place,
I wasn't watching after
it was still a fun little show I think anyone could enjoy, because in this day and age where it feels like people are fighting,
it's just got repetitive. It's the same thing over and over again. What's next on this list?
A story about one man reminding us all how to live.
Just felt repetitive, bro. 12? Hello?
The most respected genre in anime, but this year we saw the 100 Girlfriends Who...
I remember this one too. I didn't watch any of this anime, but I remember it coming out and saying I was going to watch it and never came to it.
Love You Come Along, and personally made sure that it never will be. This is the story of a man who got rejected so many times, who had such negative riz. God took pity and gave him 100 different girls he had to date or they'd all die. This was like watching someone dying of thirst in the desert, and then God goes, all right, I've got a solution. I'm listening. Just fucking drown him. But what God didn't plan for is that he chose someone who could chug the ocean dry and still have room for more. 100 Girlfriends has a concept so dumb, it will need to be as batshit crazy as its own premise to even have a chance at making it work. And that's exactly why it does. It's stupid, it's unhinged, it knows exactly how insane it is and then runs with it 10 kilometers past where it needed to go. By all means, this show shouldn't have worked if we didn't have the greatest harem protagonist to bring it all together. Yes, we were graced with the apex of boyfriends, the partner she tells you not to worry about. He may look like the most unthreatening guy possible, but watch him be like, don't worry, I come in peace. Hi, what's your name?
Peace.
It's rare for me to laugh at a comedy anime, and even rarer when it comes to lowbrow harem rom-coms, but 100 Girlfriends was a showcase
so Ichi's carried. Ichi carried.
Of how to do a parody.
That's pretty much what it was.
Reinforced by Biberi Animation Studio doing a bang-up job selling all of these jokes in the anime adaptation. They went above and beyond, and I can't wait to see how they adapt the manga beyond it. Whoa, wait.
What a good romance anime like, what's it called? Love in April.
Why are you running away?
I think that's what it's called. But we got these. What is that, bro? What was that? Is that all they have to like?
In the minds of anime fans.
What in the world is that?
In the minds of anime.
Bro, who got you walking like
3D
this?
Animation comes in two
tiers.
There's the Berserk 2016 tier, a show so disastrous it has scarred the anime community from 3D anime to this day.
It's
and then there's this, the aesthetic that looks like one of those games I apparently won't last 5 seconds.
Yeah, this looks like
the real ones know though that Studio Orange has been out here creating their own tier. Every project they seem to continually push themselves, one-up themselves, and Trigun Stampede is their best looking show yet. Not just with some of the jaw-dropping action sequences and camera work, but small micro expressions and camera animation that give their work just a bit more life. They are still continuing to push the boundary of what is possible in a 3D anime in every way possible.
Like,
when I got the lucky opportunity to talk to a producer,
it's just like a game.
She called themselves the hentai of the anime industry, and well, that's pretty accurate because what they've done with Trigun Stampede has got me bricked up. All right, but how's the show? Trigun is one of the most beloved anime from the old school Adult Swim era, and when you take on the mantle of rebooting a franchise like this, you always have to contend with picky fans comparing each and every little change in detail. Vash's bounty is way smaller, he has a different haircut, different gun, character designs that looks like this, now look like this. Huh, now where have I seen this aesthetic before? Oh. The spaghetti western feel takes a backseat to fully flesh out a hard sci-fi story. It's more dark, more gritty. One of my favorite things from the original being Vash and Wolfwood's epic buddy cop dynamic feels a tad more intense.
I'll skin you alive and play with your bones until you're begging to die.
Huh?
Got that straight.
Man did not stand on business, did he?
Make no mistake, this is an entirely new Trigun, but one thing I can always respect is when a reboot tries to do something different that the original didn't already do, and by the end of the season, it becomes abundantly clear what all these changes were leading up to, and goddamn did it leave me wanting—
Yo, can y'all comment if this was a good show or not? With the 3D animation, I just can't.
In a time where I feel like we're getting starved of good, hard science fiction anime, this has to be one of the most unique and interesting sci-fi worlds we've seen in years. And I honestly think the way things are set up, it has the chance to do even more than the original did if it gets future seasons. When people remember Trigun, they say, oh yeah, Trigun. I freaking loved Trigun. But if you ask them before that what they recommended we go back and watch, Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, Trigun has always been on that second or third echelon of recommendations behind the classics. And I fully believe that with what Studio Orange have set up with this season, it has the potential to go up to this tier.
Alright. Okay. What's number 2?
There were a few anime last year
Let's talk about this anime real quick. First episode was peak. I thought it was really good. It had a plot twist at the end that I did not like. I really just was absolutely bamboozled. And then went to the second episode, I was just like, I already know where this is going, and I stopped.
Exploded onto the scene as fast as Oshinoko did. Our hearts were torn to
exactly
shreds in a tragic 90-minute
opening
episode. A new meta was formed as anime companies.
Yeah, it was like an hour something episode, first episode. It really got me in tune with the show. It was definitely a great hooker. But when it comes to great hookers, you gotta keep it episode through episode, y'all. It just did not keep me through the second episode.
Wait, you can do that?
It's free real estate.
The opening song became the very first Japanese song to top the global Billboard 100 charts. The people of my anime list came together and went, "Fuck you, Fullmetal Alchemist! This is the greatest anime ever made."
Really?
Then everyone remembered there was an entire rest of the show you needed to watch. Describing the plot of Oshinoko is like, alright, so there's a doctor who's a huge fan of this one idol.
Yup. I just said that.
Then it turns out that
they really made the first episode and forgot there was a whole nother good part that you need to make an anime. There's not just one episode of anime. There's like 11 other episodes you need to go ahead and do.
He like shows up at the hospital,
and you just did not. You didn't do your job right.
But then it turns out he gets reborn as vampires as baby and comes back and murders their mom as well, and it's maybe the same person, maybe not, but then because his mother's really traumatic. So, it's an idol anime? No. Sometimes Oshinoko is a victim of its own insane premise. Like, I don't even know if I fully understand this main character. A grown-ass, idol-obsessed man who gets reincarnated as the son of the girl he idolized and grows up being obsessed with his now mum and any other girl who even remotely reminds him of her. Like, if I call him a motherfucker, is he more likely to say fuck you or yes please? Here's a feed of Sigmund Freud's grave right now. But behind all that, the show shines as this interesting, no bullshit, Instagram filters off look at the Japanese entertainment industry, showing you what really happens behind those closed doors when the cameras are turned off.
I hate the media!
This was the show that tricked everyone into thinking they were watching another idol anime, when in reality it was almost the complete opposite. And the real ones know the true thing single-handedly elevating the reputation of idol fans in 2023 is the sheer existence of Aoi Todo. Without
That's my goat. That's my goat.
I find it interesting how much I heard this title being thrown around last year when most people saying it probably didn't even know what an Oshinoko is. See, in Japanese, Oshi means a person who I support, and in idol culture is normally used to refer to someone's favorite idol. So the term Oshinoko has a clever double meaning, like it could be my favorite idol or my idol's children, which both perfectly describe the show. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Oshis are worshipped in idol fandom in the same way that Taylor Swift has become the Jesus for white women.
Oh, that made much sense. Atomic. Peak.
Saying you're a fan of isekai feels a bit like saying you're a fan of British food. People think you're consuming the most bland.
I have nothing to say about this anime. This anime was peak. All of it.
Tasteless piece of garbage the world has ever seen. But sometimes I have a friend come visit and they have a taste of a proper full English
Listen,
breakfast.
When I got into it, I thought it was going to be garbage.
Roast. They try some of our Cornish pasty.
Nah, it like literally like set the bar. Like that anime was so fire, bro. I did not expect. I thought it was gonna be garbage.
This is pretty good, actually. That is my Eminence in Shadow. This takes every single trashy cliche tropes you scoff at in isekai and wears it like a badge of honor. Edgy main character, an army of girls in his harem, blatant power fantasy, nonsensical plot lines, cheesy dialogue, boobs. You know it shouldn't work, but it wears it all so proudly you start getting convinced that it's actually cool. It's not that it isn't stupid.
It was cool.
Stupid, but it doesn't give a fuck if you care or not. And I thought this would eventually run its course until I kept watching and realized that this has a more interesting plot and better world building than 90% of isekai out there, which actually says less than you think. For as self-aware as it is, it spares no expense in building up this fully fleshed out world with so many moving parts. Every new arc, you see the dominoes being perfectly laid out. It's all set up for Sid to come in and topple them on the biggest stage possible. Oh my god, and the sounds in this, the sounds when they're fighting in this is so peak, bro. Even though you know it's happening, when the moment comes, it delivers. Every single time. This was the most fun I had with any show all year, and just when I think the plot has nowhere else to go, season 2 ends with a world-shaking development that made me go, fuck! Why aren't more isekai doing this? I guess what I'm trying to say is, I really miss Greg's.
What? Huh?
One man's freedom is another man's genocide.
Can I say something about this anime? I'm sorry I keep pausing, but this anime though, like, they did not have to stretch it out this long. And I felt like it would be way better if they did not like stretch it out. Like, it could have been ended like 3 seasons ago, couldn't it? Like, there was like 2 special or 3 special episodes, and then like they added a part 1 and part 2 season and another 1 and 2 season. It's just a lot. They didn't have to do all this. They could have just, you know,
Eren Yeager, probably.
Made
Attack on Titan ended
season
this year, and the internet had opinions. If you only browsed Twitter, you might have thought half the people.
It was good.
This was a
no, the anime was good. It's just, come on, y'all could have.
Piece ending. No flaws, 10 out of 10. We all won, we all lost. Eren is a bird. Or this ending ruined the series, ruined the characters, made the entire show pointless, spat on the legacy of everything he had done. No one's going to remember Attack on Titan now. Eren is a bird.
Today,
he's the GOAT.
about how to stop smoking.
He's my GOAT.
Now, with real people I've actually talked to, the consensus seems to be that this was a satisfying conclusion that did everything it needed to do.
The music.
I had my slight nitpicks with the execution of this ending, but absolutely none of it took away from my love for this series as a whole. What Attack
The
on
ending
Titan
wasn't even that bad. I thought it was
achieved
gonna be
and the
really
impact it's
bad.
had on the
Because everybody was talking
global
about,
reach of
oh my God, it's gonna
anime
be
is
so
something that will
bad.
go
Like,
down in history
it was
as
not
one
that
of
bad.
the defining shows of this era. This might not be my favorite ending.
Hanji
of all
went
time,
out like,
but
I mean,
it is
spoilers.
certainly the ending
Spoilers.
to one of my favorite
Hanji went out
anime
like, yo.
of all time. So for one last time, thank you, Attack on Titan. Only those around now will know that feeling of after years of waiting
Attack
through
on
final
Titan is
seasons of
such
final parts
a
of
good
final episodes.
anime.
2023 was that time we
It's
could
a good-
definitively say that this was the final bit of Attack on Titan we'll ever get to sell. God damn it.
Wait, what?
Bit of Attack on Titan we'll ever get to sell.
It will return with a new chapter next year. Cap? Attack on Titan manga, a highly popular series, is set to return with a brand new chapter on April 30th, 2024. After its controversial conclusion in April 2020. Another Attack on Titan? Okay. You can't mess it up. You can't sell. If you sell, then
God damn it.
it's over. You're cooked. And you ruined the whole show. What is this? Skip and
Sometimes you
Loafer.
just need a dose of wholesomeness to
slice of
brighten
life?
up your day.
Must
But
be.
being a dude watching anime can sometimes feel like...
So what anime have you been watching? Oh, I'm watching this anime called Skip and Loafer, and it's just one of the most cute and adorable... Yo, you catch the latest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen at all?
There was nothing in 2023
about?
that made me come out of
about
every
what it
episode
is?
feeling as good as Skip and Loafer did. This shit was a weekly injection of sunshine into my veins. I mean, just look at this opening alone. The colors, the vibes, the catchy song, this goddamn dance. It's enough to make any grown-ass man internally scream, "Ah! This is so cute!" Fuck yeah, violence, am I right, lads? Skip and Loafer is about as
Okay,
straightforward
wait. It's not like that.
as you can get. A country bumpkin moves
It's
to the big
kinda
city and
not
adjusts
like
to her new high school life. It doesn't need any
It's
complex
5%
plot
not
because
like
it
that.
exudes this air of authenticity that makes you feel so goddamn good. It's rare to find an anime as genuine as this one, because when I say high school life, I don't mean your typical cutesy anime high schoolers that are like, these are teenagers, real teenagers, just enjoying their lives to the fullest. No melodrama, no overly anime bullshit.
Really?
This is youth and adolescence at its most pure without feeling like it's been put through some moe anime filter, and there's just
Is there
something
romance?
so endearing about that. But Gigguk, I'm an adult, why would I be
Might be
interested in
something.
teenagers? Look, as a certified man, wait, that line sounded really wrong. Look, as a certified man baby
I'm chill
pretending
with
to be a
slice of life
grown-up,
anime,
let me tell you,
romance anime.
adulting sucks. We have jobs, we have responsibilities, we have goddamn taxes.
I mean, I'm not
Sometimes
an
you yearn
adult,
for a time
but
when life was simpler and more
adults can
straightforward,
understand.
and maybe that time is romanticized. Maybe you're looking back at that time through rose-tinted glasses. But whether you are or you aren't, you'll never know, because we'll never be able to get that time back again. Ever. And it's those little moments, those
That's slice
simple
of life,
times
bro.
you cherish and reminisce
If
about.
you watch
that-
Slice of Life, like, you just like see people be happy, and it just kind of makes you happy, and it's just like a good feeling. It's just a good
This
feeling.
show encapsulates.
That's why Slice of Life
perfectly.
is
like. There's this one scene where our main girl comes home for the first time during her summer break. She stayed up way too late catching up with her friends and slept in, but it's alright. Her mum's taken the day off and she has the whole summer ahead of her. So on this boiling hot day, her mum slices her up a watermelon, and the episode slows down to a crawl as we see her just taking a moment to enjoy this watermelon while the sounds of summer ring on in the background, and she just stops and just appreciates it.
See, So peaceful, bro. You're much on that
like
watermelon though.
Her summer was over.
6. Oh, I wanted to watch this. Ooh, should I not watch this? Wait. I did want to watch this anime. And if I watch this, I do get spoiled. Dang it! He's not gonna spoil it. He doesn't spoil it. He just like tells what it's about, kind of, and how it's like good in 2023, right?
One of its characters is crazy. It goes. When anime is trying to hint at something important, it's like.
I know I haven't watched it. I know I should be watching this, but I just please.
Subtlety in anime is using a chainsaw to dice an onion. But what happens when a show comes along that treats you like you have the IQ that Rick and Morty fans say they do? You get heavily delusional. Here is a show that doesn't take you by the hand and leads you, but leaves you to discover the story on your own. It drops you into this insane world, gives you a hand-drawn scribble of a map, and says, figure it out yourself. What? It's episode 1.
Well, I kind of want to. Dang it! I want to know.
Some kind of altercation with some bandits.
I want to watch.
All right, you get the idea. It's some post-apocalyptic world. People are fighting for survival, and
Would you look at that? Oh,
I already knew that, so that's not spoilers.
What are you ladies doing?
You're praying this doesn't have the ugly bastard tag on it. The girl brings out a gun that looks like this, and immediately gears start turning. Wait, is this some sci-fi world shit, or is that a damn Fisher-Price toy?
Or is that just
the bandits start attacking anyway, and they fight back. So you're like, okay, maybe she was just bluffing. So this is just a normal world after all.
I watched this thing too. This is what got me into it.
Oh, that's a gun. In a single scene, the show has set up this world, got you asking questions, played with your expectations, answered your question, left you needing more answers, all without directly telling you a goddamn thing. This is Heavenly Delusion for all 13 episodes. This had one of the most intriguing worlds of any show this year, but trusted you to piece everything together yourself. There is no wasted scene, no out-of-character moment. Everything is a possible puzzle piece that clues you into the bigger picture. What happened to this world? Why are there nightmarish creatures that
I like anime like that.
What kind of sick experimentation is going on behind the scenes? Were you paying attention even now? Because you just saw a random drawing of a fish with legs that looks oddly like this horrific thing. And the real question is, did you see a connection without chill. Me saying anything? Only by watching intently do you realize how many crumbs are hidden in plain sight. You get given enough to get a rough idea, but never enough to see the full picture, and it's that unknown that makes this world as intriguing as it is goddamn terrifying.
No, did she die?
You've only just seen a slice of the larger whole, but it's so refreshing to see an anime that will have your neurons firing in a way where you don't
chill, L spoilers.
Phones on for once. You know, most of the time.
What's happening? Wait, pause, time out. Alright, I'm gonna watch this anime right after I'm done with this. But that's my fault for watching this. Now I'm kind of just like, crap, I know some stuff about it. Number 5. What? Oh man, where's the audio at though?
And I don't want to watch these Chinese cartoons, but
this is Chinese?
2023, anime went, alright, but what if we had Chinese cartoons? Japan. Apothecary Diaries is an anime that takes place in ancient China, not China, in a palace set.
Oh, so it's a Japanese anime that takes place in China.
That immediately reminded me of these badly dubbed Chinese soap operas I sometimes walk into my mum watching as a kid. At the beginning, I didn't fully realize what the big hook of this show was. Was it the House MD style medical detective stories? Was it the historical drama surrounding the palace politics? Yes. But on top of that, it has, simply put, the best female character we could find all year. And sometimes, that's all it takes. For far too long, anime seems to think we want only one thing, and it's this. No. How about nothing more than just a well-written, believable, compelling female protagonist? And this. Mao Mao is a character that deserves to be in the running for one of the best protagonists we saw in 2023, and was such a breath of fresh air to see. Her presence was overpowering without conforming to what a lot of shows seem to think a good female character is. It's not that she's not like other girls, or premium waifu bait, or a strong female character trademark. She's just a girl.
Are we gonna talk about that scene at Marvel's, bro? I mean, I guess go girls.
Female character.
Not gonna lie, at the time it was lit.
She's
it was
just
that time.
a girl, a well-written, believable one that doesn't
I watched
forget
it
that
the
she's a
third
person
time,
first
the fourth
before
time,
being
so.
just another girl. She doesn't have to be unfeminine to find the overly flirtatious attitude of some pretty boy unappealing. She cannot be a typical waifu bait and still absolutely slay when she needs to. She's not strong because she can beat up 100 guys, but because she's headstrong in her own values and beliefs. Here is a clever realist who acknowledges her place in the palace hierarchy, but isn't afraid to throw hands when shit needs to get done. God damn, my girl just factory reset that bitch. Seeing Mao Mao passionately solve these medical mysteries while asserting her fucking dominance all over the palace politics made this such a compelling watch. And hopefully more shows will be able to take note of great characters like this.
Number 4. Pluto.
Appreciating the statue of David up close, getting to see Lionel Messi dribble past 5 players, watching Jack Nicholson command every scene he's in. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is, it's always enthralling to see an absolute master of their craft at work. And that's the exact feeling I get whenever I get to see anything written by Naoki Urasawa, and Pluto was absolutely no exception.
What was Pluto though?
Robot that was perfect. The greatest robot the world has ever seen.
There are only a few mangaka that can boast such a legendary status as Urasawa himself. When you have a track record of titles like Monster, an absolute masterpiece with arguably the greatest villain anime has seen.
It was just
20th Century Boys, not just my favorite manga of all time, but one of my favorite pieces of fiction to exist.
It's good.
Pluto is meant to be one of his weaker works, according to diehard fans. And goddamn, if this is him operating at his lowest potential, this is like sending in your weakest fighter, and that fighter turns out to be Gojo fucking Satoru, and wait.
Hold on, y'all. Alright, let's get back into it.
It turns out to be Gojo fucking Satoru, and wait.
Wait, where were we? It's been like a good,
that analogy checks.
maybe an hour or two. I had something.
This has all the calling cards of a classic Urasawa tale. He sets the stage, a sci-fi world where humans and robots coexist. A series of unsolved murders, a detective that is missing part of his memories. A robot that has done the impossible and taken a human life. He hooks you into his world.
I remember watching this trailer.
Just how deep does this rabbit hole go?
That's also my ability to
construct a mystery and captivate an audience through his mastery of suspense, to me, has the same level of craftsmanship as seeing a master blacksmith make a legendary sword. Every episode is so dense with emotion, a plot that will keep you guessing through all the twists and turns, sitting on top of the sheer thematic depth of the story that every single
Who the world does that do? Why is he so tall?
And by the end of it all, he'll leave you with these ideas that you'll be thinking about far after the credits roll. This is some of the finest storytelling you can find anywhere. If I had to make a guess why this didn't make as big of an impact as it probably should have, well, this was an adaptation of a sci-fi manga that was written 20 years ago that was originally a reimagining of Astro Boy, a manga that came out 60 years ago.
Astro Boy.
Inevitably, there might be some
aspects
crazy,
that feel
dated. What's this? A war involving
actually,
the invasion
I've
of
watched
some
the movie
Middle
Astro
Eastern
Boy,
country
so I'm
predicated
trying.
on the possible developments of robots of mass destruction? Oh, hey, there's a guy called Adolf. He's a bad guy.
I couldn't agree with you more, my dear
I know.
Adolf.
But along with a slightly lukewarm ending, this doesn't take away from the legacy of one of the greatest mangakas alive right now. So, I have one question left.
I'm not watching.
Are we ready to attempt a 20th Century Boys anime?
Domain expansion.
I was just about to say I have not seen JJK yet. I better see that on the list. Domain expansion.
When you watch an action anime, you normally go through a season where you might see a ton of great action.
Is there even anything to say about JJK? Y'all already know it's the GOAT, bro. They win like 9 awards, bro.
Almost 2 episodes where the production values skyrocket, and you're treated to this insanely animated fight that will drop your jaw to the floor.
Bro.
These are the scenes that everyone remembers and defines the top fights of the year. Jujutsu Kaisen went, how about we do that? For every single episode.
Peak. Literally not one episode, maybe the first episode. And then the Mechamaru fight. The Mechamaru fight wasn't even bad. That was like an 8 out of 10. But the first episode, there wasn't really nothing going on. And then, boom, this happened.
I don't think I've ever quite experienced
banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
And me watching some of the sickest shit that's ever been.
A rabbit was fighting him.
It's on screen, and you think to yourself, there's no way they could ever top this. And it's at that moment the show will look you dead in the eye and go, I'll fucking do it again. And then it does. Again and again and again and again and again and again. So many amazing moments. So many sick...
Oh my god, I love Toto, bro. He just claps y'all switch places. That's just such a fire ability, bro.
Midway through the season, the hype got to me, and I excitedly tweeted out, it should be goddamn illegal for an anime to go this hard.
Oh god.
That was the same day all this came out. One of the biggest talking points has been Mappa's treatment of their animators during the season, and I think it's a testament to the blood, sweat, and tears.
They weren't even about to release an episode because of that.
This fantastic, despite the hellish working conditions they were going through. Demon Slayer, Mob Psycho. This may not have gotten the opportunity to be as polished as shows like that, but it is unmatched when it comes to...
I hear this JJK theme in the background? Oh my god, it's just so peak, bro. It's so peak.
Every single fight has a unique identity, not constrained to one genre of action. We got gritty hand-to-hand combat, city-wide disaster-level brawls, insanely unique powers, idol dance beatdowns. There was a mecha fight, a fucking mecha fight in a shonen anime. The amount of hype, the amount of fucking sheer disrespect. We got fucking rabbits throwing hands.
Rabbits was boxing this man.
This was one of the
when I first saw that, I literally had to stop. And I was like, what are we actually watching?
Cases I've ever seen of, for lack of a better term,
oh my god,
fucking cool shit. This felt like the purest celebration of, for lack of a better term, fucking cool shit. This felt
so good. It's just so good. JJK,
like the purest celebration.
Look at what I'm watching.
Fight scenes and choreography. We were in the audience. They got to marvel at a symphony of some of the coolest set pieces you can find in
Jump Kaisen, bro.
The Shibuya arc may not have been peak storytelling or the peak of all shonen arcs, but right now this is the peak of action spectacle.
Y'all can't lie. JJK was #1 last year, bro. That was the best anime out. That's no cap. No cap.
I thank you, Frieren. It's solely because of you that this retired hero could have one final adventure.
This must be animated by the people from Jobless Reincarnation.
Frieren opens literally the story of an elf girl who takes for granted the time she has with the people around her. Decades pass in the blink of an eye. Her companions age, and before she has the chance to fully get to know them, they're gone. It's a regretful, poignant tale that shoots straight to your goddamn soul.
Dang.
And then the opening's like... The show took a different approach to fantasy adventure while encapsulating everything that the genre is about. There might not be any demon lord to defeat or world to save, but instead we have a journey about appreciating the smaller things in your life. The beautiful things you might have missed if you forgot to look for them. I showed this to a mate and he was like, Frieren? You mean side quests, the anime? And I bloody ate him. Because of how fucking accurate that is.
I mean,
yet it's through those detours you take.
It's not bad. It's anime is supposed to do its job. If it's like a actual like genre, like slice of life, then
on the road to your destination, that Frieren absolutely shines. It's the type of show that grips you without ever needing to hit you with any flashy, high-intensity action scenes to keep your attention, and then hits you with these flashy, high-intensity action scenes. This series didn't need to go hard in its animation in any way, shape, or form, but chooses to do so anyway. This is what it's like to watch a fully polished product, but like Frieren's own journey, these are not the moments that stick with you. For the world-saving adventure she went on, the slice of memories we get are those small moments that really defined the time she spent with her party. And as she forms new bonds, you start to see those small pieces she begins to pick up from the people around her that slowly become a part of her. This is what every fantasy tale aspires to be. It's shows like these that somehow make you nostalgic for an experience you've never had, friends you've never met.
When I was in that slice of life and romance anime phase, bro.
But at its heart, it's a gentle reminder to cherish the things in your life that really matter, to make the most of the time with the people you truly value.
And I would definitely be honest if I was in that phase. But nah, I'm in that action phase again. Yep. Villain Saga was not that good. Okay, I'm playing. Okay. Actually, Villain Saga without all the fights was actually pretty good. I didn't think it was not bad. I thought it was going to be so boring, but they made, like, such out of farming. They made a good story out of farming, and this man...
I've killed so many people.
Yeah, this man's, like, trying to... Yeah. He just said it himself.
And I will atone for all that I've done. That's all we've ever wanted. Something in this world that can give us a reason to keep going.
Take it off his job, though. It was good. I did not expect it to be as good. I thought it was gonna
When
be
I
so
was a
boring.
kid,
Everybody
my
was
father
like,
would
look
read
how
me
so
bedtime
boring,
stories
blah
that
blah blah. I
my
watched it,
childish
like,
mind
okay.
would always be absolutely
vibe. It's
immersive.
just chill.
Accounts of hungry caterpillars, rainbow fishes, ugly ducklings.
been over here
These were the
trying to,
greatest stories I'd ever
what's it
heard,
called?
because they were. But it would always
Cleanse
end
himself
off
from all
with
the
a
blood he
message,
shed
a seed
from
that
last
got
season when he was
planted in
going
my
crazy.
head that would hopefully sprout into a lesson that would stick with me. And as you grow older, start learning new lessons by experiencing real life.
This man
you
was really a
forget
farmer.
the effect that stories can have on
A warrior
you.
to a
good
farmer.
story can not only entertain you, it can move you, give you a new perspective, teach you something you never knew you could learn that you can take far beyond the confounds of watching some piece of entertainment. That
sure.
is the power of a great tale, and that is everything that Vinland Saga Season 2
It was a
encapsulates.
beautiful,
I cannot begin to
great
describe the sheer
storytelling.
effects this show
Oh
had
my
on me.
God.
Season 1
What,
was a
auto
compelling
fighting?
adventure filled with tragedy, vengeance,
basically
and
just sold the whole
violence.
rest of
So
it
to
to
anyone
Gigguk.
coming into this season blind, you probably would have been taken aback. The violence takes a backseat to a pure, methodical character drama. Vengeance has been replaced by a saga of redemption and acceptance. Honor, glory, sacrifice, all left by the wayside, and all that remains is people just trying their best to find their place in this merciless world. While most series would cower at the thought of shifting gears this drastically, it is that strong
man was-
juxtaposition that gives Vinland Saga's message
really,
the
bro.
weight it has,
really.
exemplified by possibly the greatest character development we've ever seen in this medium.
Never spoil anything
Thorfinn's
because-
transformation is something that transcends entertainment. A man who starts off as a shell of a human, broken, empty, unworthy of redemption.
was fighting for his
Through
life
every
last
person
season,
he
bro.
meets, every relationship he forms, he starts to
Man,
learn to
when-
pick up the broken
when he got that
pieces of his former
revenge
self that
last
slowly
season, bro,
but surely
he didn't even get
fill
it.
his soul up.
He got
As
folded
you
by a
see
whole
in
bunch of other
Encounter
people, not even
conflict,
him.
You'll
I know he was
secretly
mad.
wish for that
He's on
instant
the ground like,
gratification
you better
that
not
he'll
doubt
revert
me. I
back
still
to
need to
his
get my revenge.
previous
Like, bro,
savage
calm down.
self. But as you witness this journey of a man fighting so desperately to find peace, who learns that it's okay not just to forgive others, but to forgive himself as well, it becomes an experience that will linger with you and invites you to find your own solace. Watching Vinland Saga feels like I'm getting read the greatest bedtime story ever told by my dad. It'll grip you with the purest of tales packed with nothing but raw human emotion that will leave your heart filled to the brim. And by the end of it all, it gives you something. A message. A lesson it earnestly hopes you can take with you. It reminds you that change isn't just something that exists in the boundaries of a fictional story. It doesn't come easy. It's a long, hard, unforgiving road, but you can get there, even if every day you only take one small step at a time. We will always find a reason to fight each other, no matter what time period we are in, weapons we can use, or tools we have at our disposal. But no matter how broken you think the world is, there is still meaning in trying to build a better tomorrow. Maybe
Amen,
tomorrow I can make a brighter day come. Maybe tomorrow I can be just that little bit kinder. Maybe tomorrow I can become a slightly better version of myself. You are capable of letting go of that hatred, even if that hatred is towards yourself. You have no enemies.
Really sit down and think on that, bro. Think on what he just said, bro. Dang, bro. He didn't say nothing wrong right there. That was word for word, bar for bar, bro. Just beautiful, bro. Best of anime 2023. Fire, bro. Fire. If y'all did enjoy that video, slap that subscribe button. I'm on my way to 900 subscribers as we speak. This is probably coming out either, I think it's going to come out Thursday. Hopefully. It's going to come out Thursday. And Friday, I got a little something for y'all, so y'all stay in tune. Hit that subscribe button, notification button. I'm going to say JJK. Actually, it may be on the screen right now. JJK on the screen right now. Just saying. But yeah, sub up. And I'll see y'all on Friday. Peace, y'all. Good night. It's like, yeah, 11:29. It's late. Good night, y'all.